And we're back. Different than before, but better than ever. March Madness. Welcome to Indianapolis. A city born and designed for events just like this. 64 teams from across the country playing for the chance to be crowned national champion. During the regular season, teams and fans go in and out of cities as fast as fashion trends. Now, the country has 2 full weeks to explore the sights, sounds, and eats of the crossroads of America. Welcome to Indianapolis. My name is Andrew Jacob Winley, and I'll be showing you the best places to eat, drink, and play around the Indianapolis area. Born just outside of the city, I've spent my entire life coming downtown and walking these streets. Now, I live downtown, and this place has become my home. Back in the 1950s and 60s, the Circle City went by a different nickname, Naptown. After the businesses shut down for the day and everyone went home, the city turned into a ghost town. The only thing that separated it from an old Western film was the absence of tumbleweeds. Since then, though, Indianapolis has grown to be one of America's biggest and most thriving cities, growing to be even one of Travel and Leisure's top 50 places to see in 2021. When the city was first being built, the original city planner was actually incredibly inspired by Washington, D.C. And at the very center of the city, they placed a world-renowned monument in 1888. Standing at just 15 feet shorter than the Statue of Liberty, an observation deck is actually open to the public. You can go up for $2. But if you are an active military member or if you are a veteran, that $2 fee is waived. Although Indianapolis as a whole isn't rated one of the most walkable cities in the country, the downtown area of Indianapolis is so compact that it makes it easy to walk from one side to the other. I find myself walking or riding my longboard from the east side to the west side on a weekly basis. Indianapolis has actually set up a cultural trail. It is an 8-mile trail system that connects the 6 districts of downtown. Simply look for the cultural trail signs as well as the crosswalk markings. If you are looking for nightlife, bars, late night restaurants, then look no further than Massachusetts Avenue. But we just call it Mass Ave. It's the prime location for a night on the town celebrating your team's win or for forgetting about it for a little bit. Brewburger Bar is a hot spot for locals and visitors alike, and Basbo's Pizza is a local legend. Walk across the street after your meal to Sub-Zero, where you will watch your ice cream go from milk with mix-ins to ice cream right before your eyes. And of course, you have to get a boomerang of you dancing right next to Anne. The best coffee shop in the entire city of Indianapolis, in my humble opinion, is Georgia Street Grind. It's a small storefront there on Georgia Street serving up locally roasted coffee and the best cold brew I've had in my life. They have agreed that if you say my name during the tournament, they will give you 10% off your entire order. So go and get yourself a cup of coffee. All right, so we are just outside of downtown Indianapolis. There's this wonderful place called the Tamale Place that is an amazing place for some authentic Mexican food. They obviously have tamales, but I always get their tacos. Let's go. While we're waiting for our food, I actually want to say that this place actually was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives about 8 years ago. So you know that it's great food because Guy Fieri even gave it his stamp of approval. So just behind me is the Slippery Noodle Blues Bar. Founded in 1850, it is Indiana's oldest bar, but it also has been home to some of the biggest acts. Billy Joel, after performing a sold-out concert in Indianapolis, decided to just walk over here for an after-concert drink. Sat down at the bar, and then actually was invited up on stage by the performer. So the performer playing here that night got to play with Billy Joel. It is still one of Indiana's most famous bars, and it's only seconds away from Lucas Oil Stadium. It's impossible to talk about the food offerings in Indianapolis without talking about the world-renowned St. Elmo's Steakhouse. Founded in 1902, they have been serving the Indianapolis locals as well as up to the world's biggest stars. Forbes magazine named it one of the world's top 10 great classic restaurants well worth visiting. On that same list is a restaurant in Paris that has Napoleon's hat on display. Their world-famous shrimp cocktail will put hair on your chest, and it's still up for debate if it will make you immune to COVID. The owners of St. Elmo also own the restaurant just next door, Harry and Izzy's. You can watch a game there at their full-service bar, and then if you walk out the secret back passageway, it will take you straight into the Circle Center Mall, where you can get an extra pair of clothes or enjoy an afternoon in the Arts Garden. Okay, so the Indiana State Museum, located on the west side of the downtown area, is a temple to the history of Indiana geographically as well as culturally. Technically, this museum is one of 12 Indiana State Museums located around the state. So throughout the year, they will change the displays depending on the schedule of the actual artifacts. Ticket prices range from $11 to $16. Now, if you buy them at the gate, they actually are going to be a little more expensive than if you buy them online. So if you want to save a buck or two, then plan ahead and buy them online instead of at the doors. In the backyard of the Indiana State Museum, you will find the Indianapolis Canal Walk. Originally, it was built to connect rivers to encourage interstate commerce, but today it simply is mainly just used for exercise. Typically, you will see children up on the playgrounds, you will see dogs on long walks with their owners, hills that were way too obviously constructed for romantic picnics, and you also will see your fair share of geese and ducks. The canal stretches as far north as 11th Street and connects to the White River State Park. In a typical year, the park will host upwards to 100 concerts. This year, though, they are taking advantage of the decreased traffic and improving and even revamping that entire concert venue. The park extends beyond the concert venue, though. It has a river walk and tons of other trails to explore. All right, so nearby the concert venue in the White River State Park lays the NCAA Hall of Champions. It's right behind me. It is a multi-level complex that has trivia, facts, as well as a sports simulator and a retro 1930s gym. It is absolutely insane. So currently, they are only open Thursday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You don't need a reservation to get in, but with the assumed influx of people wanting to get in with this tournament, it would be a smart idea. Tickets are only $5. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Andrew Jacob Winley. I hope that this was helpful for you. If you are familiar with Indianapolis, please leave a comment down below of anything that I missed, so that way this can be a living and breathing video for people who are coming in and not familiar with the city. Please hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe. I am posting content weekly. I'll see you next week.